Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have been here before. My name is Bailey and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Natacha Oceane's newest workout program, which is called Move 2022. I think this came out in like November of 2022 or somewhere around there. I bought it on Black Friday because she was having a really great deal, and if you've been here before you might have seen one of my past videos, which was why I quit Natacha Oceane's cut program. But I have always loved the way that she trains. I think it is just so fun and great and just different than the standard strength training things that you see. So I decided to purchase this program because also, like I said, she was having a really great sale. I waited until January to start it though, because just like with the holidays and everything, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to be consistent with it, and I really wanted to try to stick with it and do it in the 12 weeks that you're supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and just start by giving a brief overview of what the plan is and what it's like, and then I'll kind of go into my experience with it so far. So I have it pulled up here on her website, her description of the Move 2022 training guide. So it says, Move is how I've personally worked out for the last few years. It's all about functional training to become the most athletic, well-rounded you. This means we're developing strength, power, coordination, and control in ways that transfer into sports and life. I'm not really like a super sporty person, but I just really love the functional way of training, and like I said, I think it's really fun and it really does translate into different areas of your life, so I really appreciate that about it. And this program is also on the Athlete app. I'm pulling it up on my phone so I can see, but I'm going to put a screen recording of it here so you can see what the split looks like. So day 1, dynamic lower body, then upper body, core plus HIIT, which is optional, but I'm opting to hopefully do them every single week. Rest day, lower body featuring strength, full body plus skills, and another rest day. So first I want to talk about my goals for doing this, and also I'm eating in a calorie deficit, so I'm going to talk about that, and then I'm going to talk about what I think of the program so far and how it compares to the cut program that I tried out. So my ultimate goal with this guide and also eating in a calorie deficit is just to lose fat and gain muscle. So I am currently eating around like 1900 calories a day, and I actually use my Apple Watch every single day. I wear it, and then I go to my Apple Activity app. It's the fitness app, and then I go to yesterday. This is yesterday, so you can see down here my total calories, and that's how much I burned yesterday just from like exercising and then, you know, just normal life. So 2588, and I said I'm eating 1900, but that kind of fluctuates every day how much I'm eating. Usually it's like anywhere from 1800 to 2000, and then I'm burning that. Well, I don't usually burn 837 calories for my move. I usually just aim for the 700. That's my goal, and that also fluctuates every day, like 2300 to 2600. So approximately it's a 500 calorie deficit. 1 pound is approximately 3500 calories. So for every 7 days I should be losing 1 pound. However, I think that that's going to be different with me doing this workout program that is also like building strength and building muscle, and muscle is more dense than fat, so just using my weight is kind of not a good representation of like the actual results from this. But that is my goal, is to lose fat and gain muscle, and then also I just want to be like more athletic and able to do more things, and that's why I love that there's a focus on like the skills and the functional training and stuff like that. And obviously, like from the title of this video, I am currently in week 3 of the program. Today is Tuesday, and I started it on a Monday like 2 weeks ago yesterday. So yesterday was week 3, day 1. Today's week 3, day 2. I really have been liking it a lot so far, and I'm just gonna kind of talk about like some things that I wrote down in my notes and kind of like comparing it to the cut program. And I think it's her first cut program, and so there's a lot of like glitches in the app, and there's also just like some moves that I felt were like really weird or just unrealistic, and I was a little bit nervous about that because this program is in the app as well, like the same Athlete app, and you know, that's kind of the way she trains. It's just like different stuff. but I was just, still hoping for the best. So I'm going to kind of talk about some things, just like my general thoughts on the program so far. I really, really love the split, and I love how there are 2 rest days, and I also just love the idea that one of the days is optional as well. And like I said, I'm probably not going to take that optional day just because I want to stay in my calorie deficit every single day, so I'm wanting to like burn calories. And even in my rest days, I have been just doing active recovery, so like going on a walk with a friend or something like that. I haven't been like lifting weights or actually like training, just doing things that are easy on my body to be able to like rest my muscles but also still like reach my move goal so I can eat as many calories as I have been. And of course, like, you don't have to do that. I'm not encouraging that. This is just what I'm doing, when I'm choosing to do for myself, but that's what I've been doing, and I really like that. I like that there's 2 rest days because I feel like I needed that, and compared to the cut program, there was only 1 rest day, and there's also 2 days with HIIT workouts. And if you have ever done one of Natasha's HIIT workouts, they are so insanely hard, and they will absolutely kick your butt. And so I really like that there's only 1 day with HIIT workouts this time, so I still get in that cardio and like super high, super intense workout, but I don't have to dread it knowing that there's another one, because I definitely do dread the HIIT workouts. But I know that they're super good for me, and I always feel really, really good afterward. I will say that there are a few functional moves in this program that I've found weird so far. I don't necessarily think that they're weird in and of themselves, but just with the gym that I go to, I feel like kind of weird doing it. But I really am just trying to, 1, trust that Natasha knows what she's doing and that these moves are going to be good for me, and try not to like swap them out for something else. And then 2, just get over myself and just really embrace that no one cares about me in the gym, and if they are thinking of something about me, like, it literally doesn't matter because they don't know who I am. There have been a few times so far in the past 2 weeks where I wanted to swap out a move for something else, but I didn't. And then I was glad that I did it because I thought it was cool. And so one of these is this handstand hold. Like, just personally, I never like did gymnastics or anything like that. I took dance, but we didn't really do handstands in dance. And so I've never really like done a handstand except for in the pool. And I'm honestly like nervous to do them. I would want my husband Drew there with me to like catch my legs and make sure. So I've been doing the progression, and I will say that like I do feel silly doing this in the gym because I've literally never seen anyone do this before, and it's just not normal. But I just go to a little corner, do my thing. Sometimes, like, I'm sure sometimes people see me and think that's weird, but I just do it anyway. And I think it's neat that I'm able to build up this progression on top of progression to get to the handstand hold, because I think that's just like a cool thing to be able to do, and I would love to just be able to like walk in a handstand. That's an example of something that's kind of weird, but I'm just doing it anyway. And there's another one too. It's where I think it's like stability ball balance something, and you basically like balance yourself on like the big balls that they have at the gym. And this one also feels really silly because it's hard, and it's so hard for me to like get into a position where I'm balanced and then stay there. I'm like wobbling so much, and when I did this one, I knew that people were watching me, and I felt kind of weird about it, but I just embraced it and I just did it anyway. And I just like that it's really hard, but I'm working on it to improve. And it's like once you do the thing for the first time, then I'm not scared to do it anymore. Like the handstand hold thing, I think has been on there like 2 or 3 times so far. And like after I did it the first time, like I was fine. After that, I really didn't care. I wasn't even thinking about at all what people thought of me. So there are a few weird moves, but I would just encourage you to embrace it and just do it anyway, because they really can be fun. Another thing that I really like about this program versus the cut one is that in cut there would be like usually around 11 exercises that you would do. They would each be around like an hour long, except for one day, which was the HIIT plus upper body, was 70 minutes. And all of these are supposed to be 60 minutes, except for the core plus HIIT optional day is 50. Also though, there are fewer moves. So there will be like 8 exercises, maybe 7 sometimes per day. And I at first thought like, there's no way that that's gonna take me to an hour. Like that's gonna be 40 minutes at most. But I think that there's just a bigger focus on more rest time, especially because in this program she does a lot of AMRAPs. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I've said it in my head. As many reps as possible, like for push-ups and pull-ups, chin-ups, like that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate that because I feel like it's challenging me more than just doing like this set number. And in between those moves it says like take 2 minutes rest minimum, since we're doing as many as possible. I've felt like I have been challenged by this program and some of the moves, so then I want to rest for longer so I can put more energy and effort into the moves. And it has been just almost exactly the amount of time that it calls for, except for there was one workout that took me like an hour and 15 minutes and it was only supposed to be 60 minutes. Most of the time the core and HIIT takes me an hour, so I'd say my average is an hour, which was kind of crazy because yesterday my workout was 60 minutes and it was supposed to be 60 minutes and then it took me like exactly 60 minutes. So I felt like that is a good estimate too of the amount of time that it takes. You could definitely do it more quickly if you needed to, but I feel like I don't really consciously think about how much rest time I'm taking in between each exercise. I just do what feels most natural and then it turns out to be around an hour. So I really like that, and just knowing that it's not going to take me a super long time. Another thing I really like is that there are a lot of new moves in this program, and if you're anything like me, a lot of times, like if I'm not doing a certain workout program, I have a list of moves on my phone that are like labeled by upper body and lower body, or I do have another list that's like labeled by the type of equipment they use. So if it's like a bench or barbell or dumbbells, kettlebells, stuff like that. And almost all of those moves are from Natacha's workouts, like the ones she has on YouTube and on Instagram, and from the Cut workout, because I love the way that she works out and trains. Almost all of these moves are new. I say almost all, maybe like 50% of the moves are new, but it feels like a lot of them are new. It's just fun, like trying new things, and you can really get in a rut with doing the same moves over and over and over and just getting bored of them. So I feel like just throwing in a little bit of new stuff every single day has been fun, and I like that. I go to the workout and I have to watch the video to know what the title means for the most part. I mean, of course there's some stuff like bench press and squats and stuff like that, but even like hip thrusts, there's this thing that she calls tempo hip thrusts, and so I know like what hip thrusts are, but she'll just like put a twist on it, and it's where you go slow down, like lowering your butt, and then you go back up really fast, and then slow, and then back up really fast. There's some things like that that's like a basic move that you know, for example, kettlebell swings or lunges, but then she puts a twist on it and makes it more fun, more functional, and I really, really like that. Another thing that I am so glad about with this new one is that the app is definitely not as glitchy as it was before. Before, it was just so annoying. It would cut off in the middle of my workouts, it would just crash, and I felt like it never kept track of the weight that I used for something. So it's supposed to, like if you say you do squats one day and you squat, I don't know, 100 pounds. The next time that you do squats, you're supposed to be able to click it and see what you did the last time, but it would never save that for me. So I always just had to like try to remember or guess. So that has been really, really great. I will say there are a couple of things that have glitched in the app, which has been annoying, but it's definitely not as bad. One was when I was doing a HIIT workout and I tried to pause it, because sometimes with her hits I need a little extra rest time than it calls for. Usually it's like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and sometimes I am about to literally die and I will take a minute instead of 30 seconds. And I was trying to pause the timer during my HIIT workout, but it wouldn't pause, and that was really annoying. And then another thing that it does is when I'm playing the move, like the video that goes with the move so you can see what the move is, and a lot of times if I try to pause it, which I'll do, like for example with the handstand holds, to see exactly what I'm supposed to do and like how my feet are supposed to look, it like won't pause. It'll pause for like 1 second and then it'll keep playing the video, which is really annoying. But those two glitchy things are so much better than what I was experiencing before, and it's definitely like not as frequent as well, so I like that a lot. And the last good thing that I have to say about this is that during and after every workout, like, I felt so challenged and just like doing new things and pushing myself, but it's not been like this insanely hard thing. Like, I don't feel like I'm pushing myself too hard, but most days I come out of the gym and like my legs are shaky or like my upper body's shaky, and it's not because I'm lifting these like insanely large amounts of weight, but it's just like the moves that you do are just like really challenging, and I have really liked that, and I felt so good after every workout, and I don't feel like I'm like over exercising or over exerting myself at all. But I do also feel like they are super challenging, and that the rest days are essential. And even on like the rest days I told you guys that I am walking on those days, I feel like that's the absolute most that I could do on my rest days, because the other days are like super intense on your body. I feel like it's really focusing on your form and doing that right, rather than doing like a million reps, a ton of weight, and having bad form, which is great. And another thing that I mentioned in my cut video, and I just want to like say this real quick, is that I had a herniated disc like 3 years ago, or it's almost been 4 years now, and I still have lots of residual pain from that. And I was really experiencing a lot of pain from the cut program, like the things that I was doing with that, and this time I haven't experienced like any of it, which has been so great. Like, every workout has been pain-free, which has been amazing. And I don't know like how big of a difference that is. Maybe it's the form thing and the lower weight, but I definitely appreciate that. The only like cons, I guess, that I had written out are things that I already mentioned, like how the timer wouldn't stop on the HIIT workout, and then also how the videos don't always pause. And then there was one more thing, there was a typo on one of like the days, which that doesn't bother me, of course. Like, I don't really care, but I do just think it looks a little bit unprofessional when you're, you know, selling this to tens of thousands of people. But altogether, I'm really enjoying the move program so far, and I've been really liking going to the gym and just getting back into the groove of functional training. I think that it's been really fun, and I'm planning on doing like a 2-week update every 2 weeks to, one, just help keep myself accountable for doing the program, and two, just to give you guys an insight, if you are interested in it, of like how I feel like it's changing me, and if I'm going to reach my goals, or like how that's going, also how I'm liking it. So I am excited for that. I'm excited to keep doing it. I will say that the first week that I did it, I was, like I said, doing calorie deficit, but I wasn't perfect on it by any means. I wasn't really sticking to it until this past week, and so I don't really like using weight and like sharing it with people as a way to measure like your progress, because like I said from earlier in the video, if you're losing fat but you're gaining muscle, then it's kind of like trading your fat weight for muscle weight. I think at the end I'll like share my results of, you know, before and after, stuff like that. And I didn't measure myself, like take my measurements of like my arms, my waist, my butt, like that kind of stuff. But I think I'm going to do that tomorrow, just so I can kind of know how my body changes from doing all of this. So with that, that's everything that I have for the 2-week review so far, but I will keep you guys updated, so make sure to subscribe if you are interested in hearing my updates and how I'm liking it and everything like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy you're here, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye!